Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the Cook Together kitchen. It's a very chilly Wednesday night in Cape Town. I think most of the country's a little bit cold, but we've got a little winter warmer tonight. As a reminder, we are cooking a beautiful Sri Lankan egg curry. It's going to be quick and easy again, packed of flavor, but hopefully just give you another recipe to add to your repertoire. We've got about 8 or 9 minutes before we kick off. So get whatever you need together, get your last bit of prep done, make sure everything's ready to go, and we'll start at 12:30. So I'm gonna hang around for the next few minutes. Let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know what's up, any questions, if you've got some last minute queries on kind of what's going on. Fire them through. I want to see who's here. That we've got most of our regulars in the house. So let me know. Send through your questions. Let me know if you're here. I want to hear from you guys. So who's first in the Lisa Marie's ready? Nikki, as always, on the Get Together page and cooking together with us. Nice to see you again. Coach Jade in the house. She's been looking forward to this for a while. Egging it on. Use the pun. My mother's genes. If they're bad jokes and puns, it's all from my mom. You'll be very proud of me for winter warmer for sure tomorrow. Ronan Collard is very nervous about this one. So it's a vegetarian one for you guys again in the house there, Bobs. So hopefully Cliffy's cracking the whip. Hayley May sent me a message just before this saying she'd had a bad childhood memory with eggs, or a bad childhood experience, so things weren't, she wasn't too excited, but she was challenging herself, and I think that's what this is all about, trying something new, learning some new recipes, pushing your boundaries a little bit. As Captain John always says, getting out of your comfort zone and giving it a go. So hopefully we can tweak that around. Guys, if you don't like eggs and you want to do something else, that's perfectly fine. Try a different protein. Maybe some chicken if you want something more meaty. Will go quite nicely with this dish. You can do some tofu if you want something more vegetarian. So play around with it. But eggs works beautifully in this one, and we'll run you through those a little later. Who else is here? Cheryl Ann. She's ready to go for another culinary journey. And Siri is in the house.
Hi.
And Priya and Izzy are in the house. Say hello. Hello. Wanted to come and check in on what's happening.
We're going to say hello.
One for the camera. Luckily got her mother's genes and not mine, so she's a little bit better in front of the camera than I am. Hello. One of our one-on-one clients who is also looking forward to it. I've been enjoying the Wednesday Cook Togethers. It's awesome to have you here with us. Kim from Durban. Lisa Marie wants to know if we need a pot or a pan. Yes, we do. So let me break away. I'll tell you a little bit about what's going on behind us here, so you know what to do. Get 2 pans. Make sure you've got 2 pans, one for the curry, and one, if you're going to do the cauli rice, you'll need another pan or a pot to get your rice on the boil. We've got a little sound of success in the background here. I'll show you what's going on. So let me run you through the ingredients. What you can see is some onions. We've got them nicely sliced. You don't have to be too fancy with it. Just slice them up, get them ready to fry off. We've got some beautifully chopped up tomatoes. Again, they're just roughly chopped. 1 or 2 whole tomatoes in there. The cauliflower is for the cauli rice that I'm going to do. If you want some more carbs and you want to get a pot of rice on the boil, get that going now. So you can 10-15 minutes and it's going to be ready for you. We're going to do some cauli rice, so I'll show you how to do that. Then our spices, we've got a tablespoon of curry powder, a half a teaspoon of turmeric. We've got a couple of curry leaves, some cinnamon sticks, and a chili for some extra heat. and coconut milk, which you couldn't quite see in the picture there. Some light coconut milk to keep the fats and calories down a little bit. We're using whole eggs, so we get a little bit of natural fat in there. So we're using the light curry milk, but if you need a little extra voltage, you can go with the 14%. All right. Get all that together. If you don't have anything, make sure you're getting your last little slicing and dicing going. Get your eggs on the boil if they aren't boiled already. We're boiling them too hard, so add those in advance. 10 minutes, pop them together. One of my favorite things in the kitchen are all sorts of things that can cook eggs. I'm going to show you our egg boiler. So if you don't have one of these, get one. It makes your life so much easier. 6 hard-boiled eggs. So nice and easy. Make sure they sort of hard-boiled. We're going to peel them and chuck them in the curry for the end so they actually cooked already. Some of the hard work is done for us. So that's the last little bit of prep that you kind of need to do. Right, who's all here? How are things going? Kate, hello. Lynn, howdy. Tomorrow's hungry because she's training so hard, putting in some good hours, getting some good burns. So by the end of the day, definitely earned a little extra. Kim, I've just showed you the prepped ingredients. Let me know if you've got any questions about any of them. Still a few minutes to kind of whip a few things up. Should be nice and easy. Sharon, hello. Thanks for joining us. Simone, our mother's in the house. Diane, nice one. Thank you. I think she liked the pun. Jared, good to have you back again. Here last week as well. Richard, yes, it's cook. I wouldn't call myself a chef, definitely not. Self-trained cook, watching a lot of TV and playing around in the kitchen. That's all you need to do. In the absence of authority, anyone knows how that saying, you know. Samantha is with us for the first time. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for joining us. Glad to have you on board. I hope we've got a lot of our Jeff Together subscribers with us and our one-on-one clients. We're working hard with the coaches. Michelle, Michael, ready to become egged. Nice. How many puns can we get in? Let's see what sort of the Adrian can come through. A new dish for Rachel. I think it's a new dish for most people. So this was something. My wife and I went on honeymoon in Sri Lanka and loved the food. And one of the things we had to leave with was a recipe book. We didn't eat this dish there, but it's become one of our favorite recipe books, Hidden Kitchens of Sri Lanka. And something we've done a good few times. It's quick, easy, it's tasty, and it's a nice sort of break from too much meat in the week. So it's a Sri Lankan egg curry. Really nice. Flavors of Sri Lanka, something that's we love, and in winter they're going to go down beautifully. Alison, hello. Petrus, back with us again. That might be, what are we on, episode 5? 5 out of 5. The Joneses, Newlands. Hi Kim, good evening. My sister, Frances, hello. Thanks for coming. Tanya, favorite night of the week? Don't tell Jono. Well, it's the night, so at least no one else is doing anything at night. I'm sure you've got a lot of favorite mornings in the week as well. Liza, nice to see you again. Louise, hello. Fancy camera work. What do you guys think? We've got a split screen. We're pulling out all the stops for you guys here. We've got some groovy music in the background. Jethro behind the scenes is moving between the two, so hopefully it's going to make things a little bit more seamless tonight. We get it back to the spot. And I think we are. How's that? Super. I think we're just about ready to go. So it's past. What we're going to do is get cooking. It's not going to be a long one. It's nice and easy, but if we give some of the spices a bit more time to develop, it should come together quite well. Chantal from Nasna, the Struckens in the house, yes. Peter from Botswana, we've got our Botswana folk back. Yeah. The Struckens have missed one. Good job. Yolandi, good to see you. Another 1 and 1. John O'Mankeys are starving, so let's go. All right, team, let's get started. So you, in your large frying pan, get it started over a medium heat. We're just going to turn that on, let it heat up a little bit. This one over here is a little bit of heat under it. And we're going to get your cooking oil of choice. For this, I'm using coconut oil, deflavored, so there's no flavor I really want to add from the oil we're using. So we're just going to add a little bit of coconut oil.
What's that good at this?
This is actually, it's Greer's dish. I've stolen it from her. She's the one who knows what's going on. So into the pan, just half a tablespoon. Right. Yeah. Not too much fat. We've got some fat from the eggs and the coconut oil, so don't be too generous. We're just going to heat that up. And the first thing you're going to throw in there will be your onions. So you're going to fry them off medium heat. Get the spices in there with the onions, so the spices can cook off a little bit, and the kitchen will start smelling very nice. All right, so pan hot, chuck those onions in, guys. Yeah. Siri, the camera is double fancy indeed. So Petrus can't do eggs. Tried tofu, I don't know if you're referring to last week ago, or rather be doing potatoes. So cool, it's a substitute. Obviously all we're going to miss out if you sub something like that is a bit of protein. So best to balance the dish out might be looking at a protein choice. So you can throw some chickpeas in, some lentils would work all right. If you want to keep it vegetarian, those are some options. Otherwise, meat, chicken. Beautiful thing about curry like this base is it'll handle quite a lot in protein you throw in it. So play around. Do one today, maybe try another one another time. All right, so onions frying off. As it heats up, let's throw all the spices in there. So you should have a tablespoon of curry powder and half a teaspoon of turmeric. Okay, so those are going to go in. That's the curry powder, that's the turmeric. So you're going to get a lovely yellow color in this dish, and it's going to get into the eggs a little bit later, which should be nice. So onions and your spices should be frying off, and your kitchen will start smelling lovely. So nice medium heat. I think I was a little bit hot. We'll turn it down and liquid will come with it. If Greer reckons it looks a little bit dry, it's fine. We're going to add some tomatoes and the coconut milk, so anything that sticks to the bottom will come off with that, and we'll get some nice flavor out of that as well. Okay, so let that cook a little bit. Rito, we've got the Shangan from Belfer Street here with us, Storm Sport coach. Hopefully something you can share with the boys while they're under lockdown. Teach them how to cook a little. Thanks for popping in. Okay, so let that fry down a little bit. You just want the onions to reduce slightly. If you haven't, your eggs should be boiled already, and your rice should be cooking if you're using rice. We're going to do some cauli rice, so I'll show you how to prep that in a couple minutes. All right. So next, into the pan, we want to fry off beautiful curry leaves. So I'm going to pick those. There we go. We love curry, but I think it was this recipe that first taught us to actually use curry leaves as opposed to just the powder, and the flavor you get from it's fantastic. You want to fry them a little bit, so they'll go in there now with the onions. We're going to use, these are a little bit mingy, but it's about 4 curry leaves. These are small, so we'll do about 6. Those are going there. And just let those fry off with the onions. And you get a nice thick flavor from using curry leaves and not just the powder. So it'll be not pretty good. it hits the onions, hits a little bit of that oil, and the smells come out, which is fantastic. Yolandi wants to use couscous instead of rice. Cool. Whatever you want to pair it with. If you want to do it if you want some carbs and you want some potatoes, some couscous, some rice, maybe our flatbreads we did the other day, those will all work as well. You could do some bulgur wheat, if you want to try something a little bit different. Any of those will work quite nicely. Anne-Marie wants to know if you can use some cinnamon powder instead of stick. That's fine. You'll get the flavor. So if you don't have a cinnamon stick, you can sprinkle in some cinnamon powder. What I'd do is throw that in now. Pop it in on top of your onions while your the spices are cooking off. Coach Janelle, thanks for joining us. Yes, I'm the resident geek at Jeff. Thank you very much. Jono's loving how simple it is. So if Jono's cooking it, it's going to be simple. Right? I think this is just one night. I don't know. Jono, let us know. So should smell pretty good. Onions are going. Next in there's going to be the tomatoes. So pop those in. Just those with the cubed whole tomatoes, and that'll go. Let that cook off for a minute or two. It's going to fry down slightly, and then we're going to peel our eggs. We're going to prep our cauli rice, and we're going to cook it with some more liquid from the coconut milk. Super simple tonight, guys. Janelle wants to know. There it is. There's the chili. So we're using a medium curry powder. It's not that hot. We do like our heat. So definitely a couple of chilies will go in there at the end. So if you like something spicy, keep a couple of chilies. When we throw in the coconut milk, that'll go in with it as well. Ron, I haven't added a cinnamon stick yet. That's going to go in with the coconut milk. So quick recap. All we've got in there is a little bit of oil. We're cooking off the sliced onions. We added the beautiful curry powder and turmeric. That's cooking off. We've got the tomatoes in there and the curry leaves. Sound good?
Yeah.
Cool. See, not paying attention. Jono, I know how you feel. Ours smells great. What's your guys' kitchen smelling like? Super. Nikki's excited. That was the second. Guys, this is excellent. Keep it coming. Coach Janelle can smell it. Jade with cinnamon powder. Yes, from the cinnamon powder.
Brandon, I dropped off cinnamon sticks for you today.
Yeah, you guys should have. All right, so smelling good. The onions should be nice and soft. We just want those to cook down a little bit. The tomatoes to reduce slightly, and then we're going to pop the coconut milk in there. So I think we can do that now. We'll develop some nice flavor with it and just let it cook for a while we prep the eggs and the cauliflower. So there your sous chef is. I'm going to chuck the coconut milk in there. So we've got a tin of coconut milk, like I said, light, just to keep some of the fat down. We've got some fat coming from our eggs. There. So tin of coconut milk, go in there, and you should hear it simmer. And if there's any sort of anything stuck on the bottom of the pan, beautiful spices and onion, just try loosen that so you get all of the flavor coming back up. Okay, give it a good stir around like we're doing, and then we're going to let that. So if you've got your cinnamon sticks, pop those in there with it now as well. So milk's in, cinnamon sticks are in, and they're just going to bubble away for a few minutes. So if it's too hot and bubbling vigorously, just turn it down slightly. You want a slight simmer, and you're just going to let those flavors. Okay. Catherine's going to cook tomorrow. Beautiful. So videos will be saved, guys. Recipes will be going out. Instructions at the end of the week on our newsletter. So for all of our subscribers, you can check that out and bank this one. It's nice. I think there's a lot of cold weather ahead, so it's a good one to have for any recipe book. Rafe likes the background music. Guys, we're getting very fancy here. Split screen, music, it's all happening. Georgie's kitchen will smell like this. Coconut milk, a little difficult. Sometimes it is. But you see what you can find. Should be cooking away there nicely, nice little bubble. And we're going to prep the remaining bits of the dish. All we're going to do, guys, your eggs should be hard boiled. So just peel them. Pretty simple. Once they're peeled, we're going to pierce them with a fork, just so once they go into the curry, soaks up some of the flavor. And then we're going to grate our cauliflower and we're going to fry it off with some cauliflower rice. Okay. So, I'm going to bring you across the camera while it cooks. Nothing too special. We've got 6 hard-boiled eggs. Just peel them all. Try not to burn your fingers. Those are them. How are we going, guys? Is everyone up to date? Bronwyn says she needs a sous chef. Is Cliff just sitting around in the background not doing anything? Come on, get him going. Charlene says the chickpea curry is a major winner in the house. Guys, that was an absolute hit. It's super simple. We did it 2 weeks ago. It's on the Jeff Together page. It's on my coach page. Go check it out. Fantastic. Not too dissimilar from this. We used nice coconut milk, chickpeas and spinach. It seems like it's a bit of a staple. I've seen some good pictures coming through and some great feedback. So that was quite a win. Yeah. So, good view. There's not a lot of action, but we are peeling. We're just peeling the eggs. Okay. Right. Keep your eggs. Put them in the compost. Don't waste. Right. So get all of those peeled. And your curry should be cooking down nicely, just a light little bubble on it. Should smell sort of super. So make sure everything's on track there. Let me know how you guys are going. Any questions? Bron's got some chopped chilies. Yeah, we're going to throw them in at the end. You can pop them in now if you want. Just get great our bowl of some chopped chilies. Okay, so eggs, we've got one more to peel. If yours are all peeled, get a fork out and we're just going to pierce it. So, super simple, eggs, fork, and just pierce it all over, let's say 8 times. And all that's going to do is once you throw it into the curry, you're going to be able to soak up into the water. You might also just cut a few in half so that you get a bit more flavour throughout it. Keep some whole so that it looks pretty on a plate. Okay. Cool. So, 1 or 2 of our eggs are falling apart, but that doesn't matter, guys. It's all going to taste the same. So, how's everyone doing? We good? Samantha, we're going to do the cauliflower. Cool. So, eggs should be done. Yeah. So, we've got some in half, some not, just for the fun of it. And pop those into your curry. Give them a little stir around so you get a good coating. And if you've got anyone who's around to come and nibble, look at his teeth. There you go. So that's what it looks like. Eggs are in there. We've got a few of them in half and a few of them whole. Greer's getting some of the lovely sauce all over it, and we're just going to let that bubble away for a couple minutes. Okay, so super easy. That's, to be honest, that's pretty much ready to be eaten, which is fine. If you've got your rice going, check it. Should be about good to go and ready to dish up in a minute. I'm going to show you how to do some cauli rice because we're keeping this one nice and low carb. So get your cauliflower out and a grater. If you've got a food processor and you want to do it quick and easy, that's fine. All you want to do is essentially rice it. So if you've got neither, get the knife out and just dice it as fine as you can. But Ria's going to get Ria and our second sous chef, Izzy.
Which one?
Not too fine, great, or else it might just go a bit mushy. Let's use that. So on the smaller attachments, it looks like so just grate the cauliflower. We've got 2 small heads or 1 big head. It's going to cook down quite a lot, but it's going to cook super quickly. We're just going to flash fry it. So Greer's just giving it a good grate there. All right, is everyone on track? Yolandi says this feels like a midweek cheat. If good food feels like a cheat, it's fantastic. Packed with nutrition, good options here, nice and balanced. We've got protein from the eggs, we've got fiber from the cauliflower, from the tomatoes, and we've got a little bit of fat from the coconut oil. Remember the kind of mantra of a good balanced meal: protein, fiber, fat. We ticked all the boxes and it's delicious and smells great. My sister says it smells like downtown Colombo. I hope the better part of downtown Colombo. But yes, beautiful smells in our kitchen too.
Yeah.
How's your guys' kitchen smelling? Is it good? Simone says the grating's another arm workout. I can't let you guys off easy. That's why I subbed out the task. I thought I'd rather just chat to you guys and see how you're doing. And Priya could get in, I think it's your 3rd workout of the day. Run in the morning, Jeff together after that, and then grating some cauliflower just to bring it all together.
How much do you want?
Just a little bit more. Okay, so that's pretty close to going. I'm just going to fry up the cauli rice. We're going to serve it and we're done. So super simple. You're quite, that's all right, guys. Our cauliflower's all grated. It was as easy as that. But a food processor will save you the bicep, tricep workout, but we're all about doing it at a way extra. So I'm just going to bring you back the money shot, and we're going to swap that. So your second pan is now on a medium heat, and we're just going to heat that up, flash fry the cauli rice, and it's done. The worst thing you can do with cauli rice is overcook it, so it needs to be high heat, quick, little bit of salt, and that's it. So we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in the pan, and then the cauli is going to go in there with some salt, and we're done. So it should be easy. All right, is everyone good to bring it together and finish it up? Vandy's kitchen smells fantastic. Light coconut milk, Charlene, just pick and pack. It's the green one as opposed to the red one. Here we go. So the light one, just lower in fat. Okay, so your pan getting nice and hot. A little bit of olive oil. Okay, and while that heats up, I'm just going to grab the cauliflower.
It's delicious. It's delicious.
cauliflower, salt, olive oil, done. Literally, it's going to be sort of 2 minutes, so everything's ready to go. Get a plate so long. As soon as that comes off, we're going to put the curry onto a bed of fats. Yeah. So there's your pan. A little bit of curry in there. You don't have to do it in batches if it's grated to a lot, or if you've got a nice big pan, you'll be alright. It's only the two of us eating, so we'll go right to that. And hopefully you've got salt that doesn't go out. The rest and salt. Where's the So we're just going to get a little bit of color on the cauliflower. The pan will be nice and hot. It's going to cook quickly, and it's going to be ready to go.
You really were just making me break all of that cauliflower.
No, there is some. How's everyone going? We should be just about done. Anthea wants to know what the name of the book is. Hidden Kitchens of Sri Lanka. Beautiful. Some lovely recipes and they're great flavors. Slightly different to Indian curries in the way that they kind of go about it. So it really is tasty. Okay. So that's cauli rice looks pretty much done. I'm going to grab a plate. You want it, you actually rather want to undercook cauli rice, have a little bit of texture on it. If it's just mushy, it's terrible. So we're done there, and we're going to dish. How's everyone going? You ready to dish? Yeah, so pretty simple. Cauliflower rice on the plate. If you're using normal rice and it's ready, stick that on there. Your curry stir. Kind of like that. Pop that. Loads of onions in here. So for your winter immune function, garlic and onions for the winter. Worry about defense supplement. Get in there, show a little bit of garlic and onion for winter. Okay, so serving size, 3 eggs, going to give you about 20 grams of protein, which is sort of at least how much you need if you're a big dude. Maybe 4 eggs would have been alright, but this should fill you up nicely. Good sort of nice dense meal. Quickly sliced onion, add some chili just to make it spicy enough for Janelle, who loves that. And after now, quite enjoy. Okay, so ours is pretty much done. What do you reckon? There we are. Sri Lankan egg curry, done in 20 minutes. Super simple, guys. We've done it on a bed of cauli rice to keep it low carb. It smells fantastic. Packed with some protein from the eggs, some nice healthy fat, and a little bit of violet from the tomatoes and the cauliflower as well, which is super simple. Switch it up if you want to. The base flavors are fantastic. So you can do it with some chicken, you can do it with some beef, you can do it with some chickpeas or tofu. You want to keep it vegetarian. But hopefully it's a good winter warmer to throw in there. We're going to tuck into those. Guys, post some pictures. I want to see what it comes out like. Let me know what it tastes like. For any guys who are on the fence about eggs in a curry for dinner, let me know. It'll be interesting to see. What we've got something special on Saturday lined up as well. So guys, there's a breakfast after Jono's workout. We're going to do some beautiful sweet potato rosties with poached eggs. Nice, quick, easy, super breakfast. Tune in for that. Next week, again, we're doing a nice soup for winter. Loads of questions about soups and how to kind of balance them out. So running through that next week. Look out for our recipe there. But feedback, guys. Let me know how it goes. Let me know how it tastes. I want to see some pictures. Remember, if you're not on Jeff Together already, subscribe, sign up, $200 a month. If you need a little bit more help, some one-on-one from our programs, give us a call. Send me a message, get in touch with our Connect team if you think a little bit of extra help to fine-tune and personalize your training and nutrition is what you're in for, and a bit of accountability from your coach. Let us know. Fantastic stories are coming through, guys, so please keep it coming. The energy is fantastic. As it gets a little bit darker and colder, these are the things we need. So keep in touch, let us know, show us your pictures, and enjoy it, guys. I'll see you on Saturday morning, and I'll see you next week again. Been good.